Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Pink Lady Presents Lives Well Lived. I'm sitting here with Dr. Cherylin Lee, and wow. I mean, Dr. Cherylin, you have, let me see now, you are a philanthropist, a doctor of divinity, international keynote speaker, certified life coach. You produce a weekly TV show, but I find what is fascinating is that you are a certified healer, wellness advocate.
Yes.
What does that mean? I know you founded the New Wellness Healthcare Center, but what is a certified healer, wellness advocate? Explain that to my audience.
Okay, it kind of got a little turned around there. I
Okay.
happen to be a board certified family nurse practitioner. I am a registered nurse, and I graduated from Charles Drew Medical School
Oh, wow.
as a physician assistant. So, and then I have a PhD in holistic nutrition.
And what
So-
is, I finally found someone, everyone, that I can ask this question that is burning in me. Because I always want to ask someone, but I didn't have the right person here. When you say holistic medicine, many people don't understand that word. What does that mean?
And people have to be very careful
Yes,
when someone
please.
tell me
Thank
I
you.
practice holistic medicine.
Okay.
You want to know what is their background. And so I like to really say complementary or integrative, because what I have done is taken traditional medicine
Right.
for 30 some years of training and combined it with, natural medicine. And when I say natural, I just was telling someone here recently, if a person walk into my door
Right.
or have an appointment to come to the clinic, because this is a clinic and I practice medicine,
Right.
and they have a diagnosis of hypertension.
Okay.
Or say, I like diabetes. If you have a diagnosis of diabetes,
Right.
I'm not going to give you, here, take these supplements, take these herbs. That doesn't work.
Okay.
No, so you're going to have a very comprehensive lab work done. And when I say comprehensive, I need to know your inflammation markers. I need to know your hemoglobin A1C.
Everything.
I need to know everything.
Right.
And then I need to know your heavy metal. Do you know a lot of
That
heavy
was
metal
interesting you said
and
that.
minerals has
Yes.
a lot to do with diabetes? Then I need to know on the emotional side, what robbed you of your joy? So we look at the emotional component because if something robbed you of your joy, and guess what? That's the organ it's going to hit, is the pancreas. But if it robbed you of your joy and it caused you anger, and I've seen it too many times,
Right.
and that's pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer, I know them when they walk in my door.
Really?
Because those are people that something robbed them of their joy, and they was angry and bitter, and they were not going to forgive that person or that situation.
So is it like higher than a stress level?
It's
is
much
it-
higher. In the healing process, it's like peeling an onion. I love that because
I like
there's the
that.
emotional level, there's the trauma level, there is the environmental level. That's the environments in your house, environment outdoors. What is causing you?
Yes.
And just an example, I went into atrial fibrillation. For
Okay,
people
what
who
is
don't
that?
know what that is,
No.
a rapid heartbeat. Your heart is beating so rapid that you can flatline. And you never guess where it came from.
Where?
A leave-in hair conditioner. A leave-in hair conditioner.
Really?
So you have to watch, use things gradually to see if you're going to have a problem. But if you go Google heart conditions
Right.
and things tied into hair products, you'll find it.
Oh, well, but what is in the hair product that causes it?
Chemicals. Chemicals
I
that I had a
see.
reaction to.
Okay.
Chemicals. I worked emergency medicine. And at that time in the 80s, I did not know when a lot of people came in with heart issues
Yes.
or
Yes.
gluten issues and their heart was rapid or they're about to have a heart attack or you were stressed. But the other component of the heart is called the broken heart syndrome.
I was going to ask you,
That broken heart.
What is that? What does that mean?
The broken heart syndrome. I lost a very dear friend who had a son that he raised, And when he turned 21, he said, well, I want to go live with my mother now. And it just, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. And I called him up. I said, get an EKG, get an echocardiogram real quick. Let me get you on some coenzyme Q10. Let's protect your heart. And I protect mine when something happened. And I know, you say, that touched my heart.
Wow.
That hurt me to my heart. You got to be careful with words.
Yes.
And if that does happen, you want to get some coenzyme Q10, get a quick EKG.
And what does that do for you?
The coenzyme Q10 is an enzyme that protects the heart muscle.
Oh,
you want to protect the heart muscle. So
and did he listen?
Well, I didn't know this was happening to him.
Okay.
And by the time I spoke to him, he was on his way to his doctor because his blood pressure was high. But what really hit him was his birthday. The day of his birthday, his son said, okay, Dad, I'm going to take you out to dinner. And it was so painful because he was such a dear friend. He took his father out to dinner. Then he went back to his mother's house. And going back to his mom's house, and his father went home without him. The next morning, he had a massive heart attack, and he passed away. That's a broken heart syndrome.
Yeah,
broken heart. Because first he was doing okay until his birthday. It's like, 21 years, you should come home with me. And now you're going, not with me anymore.
What? I mean, it's heavy duty what you do.
Yes.
There's no question about it. What inspired you to go into medicine and to pursue your knowledge of a holistic medicine? I mean, you just didn't get up in the morning at 2 and say, I want to be a doctor or a nurse. I mean,
no,
that'd be something, Dr. Lee, in between.
But what inspired me is something that I'll never forget in my entire life. Because when I was 7 years old, I was scheduled to have both my legs amputated.
Oh, you have to tell us the story.
I
mean, my Lord.
From the knee up. And, people know me from only wearing pants.
Right.
I rarely wear dresses. But now, this is the first year I started wearing dresses.
I mean, look at you.
Yeah, the first year.
I love it.
Because I would only wear pants because I was always hiding the scars on my legs.
What happened?
Eczema. I had eczema so bad on my legs that it looked like someone had taken a match and set my legs on fire.
Oh, my Lord.
So from the thigh down, they were going to amputate both my legs.
Because of the eczema?
It looked like somebody had put my legs on fire. They looked like they had been burning. I couldn't walk from the lesions and the sores. I could not walk.
And where does that come from?
Well, it came from allergies. I was born with all these allergies as a child, and I really feel because my mother was probably under a lot of stress when she was carrying me.
Wow.
And then she was involved with toxins at the time and didn't know it in the environment. But because there was a team of 7 doctors, and out of the 7 doctors, 1 doctor told my mother, I'm going to do everything for your daughter to save her legs.
Ooh, wow, heavy duty.
And then I always felt from then on, God, please help me.
Help others.
To be to someone else what that doctor was for me and help me save my legs. I don't know where my life, I'm a grandmother of 10 now,
God
3 daughters.
Bless you.
I don't think I would have this type of story.
No.
If my legs had been both amputated at 7 years old.
And what did he do? Because this was extreme.
The only thing I remember him doing is putting my little body, I was 7, I was very thin, little, because I had asthma and the eczema, on a gurney, and he would take me to this room where there was a whirlpool in there, and he would put me in some kind of solution. And this was one of the county hospitals, so this is way back in the day.
Right.
And I remembered he worked with me until my legs started to heal, and I was discharged and went home. So I always felt that I wanted to be that type of person. But then when I started going to school and I went for an RN first, then I went for a nurse practitioner, then I went for the PA, then I worked in emergency medicine, I worked for the federal prison in the past, and I worked for HMOs. And I said, I don't like this.
No.
Because I cannot, and I will say it, I cannot help a person heal giving them vaccinations. I cannot help them heal giving them Lipitor to bring down statin drugs, to bring down the cholesterol level, which my uncle just died from.
Oh, no.
Because he didn't believe his doctor would give him something that would cause his demise. I cannot give these things to a person. And with high blood pressure, it runs in so many people. Do they tell people that hypertension can lead to cancer?
No.
It's in the PDR.
A lot of doctors, I don't think, even realize that.
But no, it's in the medical journal. Nobody's hiding it from anyone. It's in the book. But so people, I don't tell them to stop taking your blood pressure medicine.
Right.
What I tell them to do is start taking more anti-inflammatory supplements like turmeric.
Right.
Stay away from
What
things.
is turmeric? I've heard that discussed in a lot of different things. What is that?
Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory herb.
Is it
It's a
herb?
plant. It's a plant.
It's a plant.
But again, with turmeric, a lot of people cannot take turmeric
Why is that?
because turmeric can cause your blood to be thin.
So
if
it's like
you-
an aspirin
It's
type
like,
thing?
yeah, it's like an anticoagulant, so it makes the blood thin. So if you're taking a blood thinner, do not jump up and go and start taking turmeric. So I
Okay.
tell people you want to get a qualified practitioner to talk to and not just run to a health food store
Right.
and buy supplements because this may not be good for you. So you have to know what's good for your body. And that all turmerics or cumin are not created equal.
Interesting.
So you have to be careful as to
Right.
which one. So I only deal with companies that are nutraceutical,
Okay.
that has been researched. So I would know exactly the history behind this.
Right.
No chemicals, no compounds, no soy added to it. You got to know that. No wheat products. You got to know what you're putting in your body.
Yeah. Eating wise, I know that you eat, fish or
Well,
vegetables?
yeah, I have fish. I think there is something now called intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So it's a little different for certain people, and then you stay with carbs. But I don't think no one should stay on the same diet all the time. Everybody's different.
Right.
After I do a very detailed, comprehensive blood work, lab work,
Right.
from your blood work, I could show you exactly what you need to eat. Based on the medication you're taking, the
Right.
blood work, there's so many other components.
If someone wants to reach you, Dr. Lee, where would they reach you? How would they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me at the clinic at 310-419-4300. We do have an alternate number. It's 310-929-2408.
Do you have a website?
Yes, it's NU for newwellnesshealthcare.com.
And you have an audiobook, I believe, that's out.
Yes.
And it's called, listen to this, Before I Was Born. Wow. Tell us a little
actually,
about that.
it's written before I was born.
Written before I was born.
Written. You know why?
Why?
Because my daughter, who is 43 right now, she had a dream that she
Okay.
came into my office and she was reaching up on the shelf. She said, Mommy, there's your book.
Oh,
And she said, it's dusty. We must get it down and dust it off. So I would not help her. And she said, all of a sudden, God took her arms and pulled it down to her side and said, you cannot get this book for your mother.
right.
She's going to have to get it for herself.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
since then, and she's 43, that's how my life has been. I can't go have somebody else do something.
You have to
I
do
have
it.
to do it. So the book was written before I was born because she had the dream when she was 12 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's an audio book, and she
Okay.
keeps telling me now, Mom, it wasn't an audio book I saw on that shelf. It was a written book. So the audio book is going into a written book now.
And how does one get that?
Right now it's on Amazon. The written book will be ready in a few more months.
Oh, wonderful.
But I want to show you this because I wanted a song to go with that book.
Okay.
So I wrote the hook. So it's written before I was born. Destiny had to conform to a path I had already won before I was born.
Wow, I love
So
that.
that's the hook for the song.
I love that.
Yes.
Now, you have a new project out. Am I correct about the environment?
Yes, I
Can
do.
you tell all of us about that?
Well, the name of it is called, the website will be up shortly.
Yes.
It's called Just Breathe Easy. Now, the reason why I started this project is because really I started for myself months ago. Now, when I was married, my ex kind of thought I was a little lazy at times because I was not going to do any housework. I actually could not. I cannot tolerate dust.
Oh, wow.
With a history of asthma,
Right.
if I go to clean up, say if I were to clean up your house,
Yeah.
tonight I would end up in the emergency room because I cannot breathe.
Wow.
Severe respiratory. So I came up with something for myself so I can do everything I need to do. So I start sharing it with everyone else, and then I start doing more research to find out,
Right. And what was it? What can we do?
well, there's something you can wear. So
Oh.
it's going to be on the internet, and I have something for you next time I see you.
Okay.
Because it's something you wear, but it's designed with infused with a mineral that blocks off 350 pathogens from getting into your body.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
now we're finding that heart attacks, blood clots,
Right.
Alzheimer, and a whole list of other diseases is from the particulates in the air.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
If you take your hand
Yeah.
with a white glove on
Right.
and just wipe across your car and you just washed it, look how large those particulates are.
Yes.
You have just inhaled that into your lungs.
Yeah, because it's all around you.
So
Right.
now we're finding heart attacks is linked to this. Blood clots in the lungs is linked to this. Alzheimer and fetal. Mothers that are pregnant are having some fetal problems. So all this is linked to the air. And then when we have the fires, it's even worse.
Right.
But with so much linked, and people didn't realize that the dust, it isn't the dust that was causing my asthma.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the poop from the dust.
Oh.
The dust mites poop, and that's what you inhale
Oh,
that
wow.
causes the allergy in the lungs.
So are you coming out with a book on that? Or
No, it's
what?
something you wear.
So
Something you
it's-
wear
I see,
that will
okay.
block all that from happening.
And when are you going to come out with it, telling people?
It will be ready within the next, actually the next 30 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I have pink for you.
Oh, I love it.
I have pink.
You are so good.
Yes.
What gave you the desire to become a doctor, a nurse? I mean, really.
In medicine, it was because of the doctor who saved my legs.
Okay.
The doctor who saved my legs. And then when I start working hospitals, I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like the fact that some people were given certain, was treated a certain way.
Right.
And I didn't like how I was treated here and there because not only that I have asthma and eczema as a child, and later on I had a pulmonary embolism. So I've
Wow.
had two pulmonary embolisms in the lungs. And those things, could have been prevented. They were
Correct.
postpartum during
Correct.
that time. So there's certain things I did not like. I would tell a doctor my history,
Right.
and they weren't listening because they're only given so many minutes per person. And I don't know why a lot of people go into medicine these days in hospitals because some don't
They
have
don't
that
have time.
compassion.
It's like 10 minutes, you're over. 10
That's
minutes,
it.
yeah.
We were
literally.
told we would be docked.
Yeah.
We
Really?
we had 10 minutes. New patient was 20, follow-up was 10. That was HMO. I won't name which one. But I have so many HMO patients that nobody took the time to find this out. Nobody took the time. So what's happening, I want to say this really quick too. Last year, I was in Sacramento. They passed the bill for Inflammatory Breast Cancer Awareness Day.
Yes, I was going to ask you. Okay.
Okay, because of the fact breast cancer is hitting our teenagers.
And you're not going to
And
believe
men.
this. And men.
Men.
Women
14%.
do not realize a lot of men get breast cancer.
Yeah.
And what is a preventative then?
The preventative is diet. Because
Yeah.
inflammatory, everything if you have too much sugar in the diet, too many foods with hormone,
Right.
if you don't have the genetic disposition to eat soy or tofu, leave it alone.
It's. I have to tell everyone, it's amazing when I was first introduced to you and someone was telling me, Robbie was telling me, a friend of ours, telling me about all you did and everything. And I looked at this woman who looks like a model, looks like someone out of a magazine. Now, you are also in fashion.
Yeah, I love designing clothes.
And how long have you been doing that?
Ever since junior high school.
And are you still doing it?
I still do it. I do it for myself. I started in junior high school because we grew up very poor, and all of my clothes came from a secondhand store. And, my mom did a great job. She'd get these clothes, wash them, starch them. They were beautiful, but I never had anything new. I always wore dark colors, dark navy blue, black.
Wow.
I never wore anything with color.
Right.
So now I wear the color, and I design something that I want it to be unique. I don't like to go somewhere and look like someone else. So
No.
I'm going to have something that's different.
You will never have that problem.
No,
if you had one thing to tell our audience to help them live a life with good health in mind, body, and spirit, what would you say to them, Dr. Lee?
The number one, I actually said this here recently, the number one I feel key to hold people back from being healthy and having a good life is an unforgiving heart.
Interesting.
An unforgiving heart.
Yeah.
So you can eat right, you can take the right medicine,
Yeah.
You can do all those great things, but if you still don't love your mother, your father, don't have a relationship with your sister or brother, can't stand somebody at work, you can do all those great things, but that's going to hold you back from having optimum health care.
Yeah. I say it's the negativity in someone's life that takes them down no matter how much positivity they want to have.
Exactly.
And when I went through a lot of stuff with losing a couple of husbands and finding work as a young girl, to me, I just said one thing always: a positive attitude with lots of gratitude.
Gratitude
Gave me the wherewithal to get up, get out, and get the life that I have. When we talk about forgiveness, what comes to your mind?
Well, what comes to my mind is to have a forgiving heart, because it's unforgiveness that will cause you to stay very ill.
Right.
So having forgiven others, but most important too, forgiving yourself.
Yes, I was going to say.
Forgiving yourself, because most people tell me they don't forgive themselves. I have cancer patients that just do not want to forgive themselves. They'll forgive others, but not themselves. So having to come from a place of forgiveness, and as you said, gratitude.
Right.
Coming from a place of forgiveness will help you to get well a lot faster. Unforgiveness will destroy you.
And that's why my dear friend here, Dr. Cherylin Lee, has gotten the Lifetime Achievement Award 4 times.
Yes.
4 times. I mean, what you do for everyone is God. I think it's God's work.
Yeah,
through
it
you.
is.
I mean, that's
It
the way
is.
I look at it. And I thank you so much for being with us today. I know everyone out there has learned something that will help them in mind, body, and spirit in their life.
And,
the three
and
go
emotions,
together.
yes.
And emotions.
And emotions,
Definitely.
yes.
God bless you all, Dr. Lee.
Thank you for
having
having me.
You are just a precious
Thank
soul.
you so much.
I mean, really and
Thank
truly, I
you.
wish you well on
Thank
your new
you.
project.
Thank you.
We will see you again. God bless everyone out there.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh